Tatum had 30 points. Josh had 23. Eli and Collier had 14. And Nash had 9 points and 14 assists.
That's crazy.
Which, to our knowledge, as it stands.
And welcome back to the official Emmaus Athletic Podcast in the Nest. I'm your co-host, Shane Douglas, here with Matthew Tomlinson. Matt, it is so good to be back.
Shane, it is fantastic
How
to
you
be
feeling?
back.
How you feeling, dude?
I'm feeling a little excited. I'm feeling a little antsy. It's like our first time we've ever done this.
I know. It's been a long winter break for sure.
But we are back.
A lot of sickness, but good times, good rest for the students, faculty, staff, ourselves included. It's been great. Lovely to see you. I haven't seen you for a while.
No, it's been a long time.
I'm
You were
joking.
just in Pennsylvania.
That's true,
I was
yeah.
just in Kansas.
Yeah, we've been already traveling right away for Emmaus, hitting those conferences. I just went to the East Coast, to New Jersey and Pennsylvania. So shout out to everybody I met out there. If you're a listener or if you're a alum out there, love you guys. And we had the pleasure going to Impact down
what
here.
A great conference that was.
Iowa City.
Fun.
It was really fun, really filled with a lot of activities, but a lot of great messages too. But I love this hat.
Thank you.
Can't go unnoticed.
Can't go unnoticed.
We got new beanies that we're giving out to our students in our admitted boxes. So when you apply to Emmaus, you don't just get a T-shirt anymore. I know when we applied, we only got a T-shirt and an acceptance letter. Now you get a new T-shirt, acceptance letter, and this beanie.
So apply. Get accepted, and you could get one of these beanies.
You get more than that, too. You get a little stuffed eagle and some other fun things as well. But
I like it with the new EU
they're nice.
logo.
I like them a lot.
Yeah.
Super cool. But either way, we are back in session, ladies and gentlemen.
Here we are.
We're ready to go. We got our basketball teams already rolling. Our men's and women's already hit the road last week. And they have games this upcoming weekend as well. But for you listeners that want an update on the Emmaus athletic sports for the spring season, winter season, for the men's and women's basketball team, you have came to the right place because we have Matthew Thomas right here, the assistant coach for the men's basketball team, and myself,
the media. I love whenever we're having a coach's like lunch channel, just like pop in and sit at our table and be like, the media's here.
Media's here.
Don't mind me. Media's here.
Some people are like, dude, why are you
so funny?
Why are you sitting here? Get out of here. It's like media.
It's really funny.
So I need to get a media pass.
My media credential.
I got to get a media pass so I can walk around and get away with everything. Either way, though, funny. Matt, so far right now, what is our record for the men's basketball team?
Yes. So coming into the semester, we were 5-5, and through the first weekend, we went 1-1. So we are 6-6 this season.
Awesome. And
500, which is super exciting.
And then we just had 2 games this last weekend. Quickly, who are the 2 opponents that we played against?
So we played Ozark Christian. They're ranked number 5 in the nation currently. We played them on Friday, and then we played at Calvary University on Saturday.
So, and I'm guessing we lost to Ozark, won against Calvary.
That is correct.
And
good, astute.
Ozark has always been a really competitive team.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they beat Manhattan, who was undefeated last year, in the conference championship.
Yeah.
They won the conference championship. It was a great game. I mean, it was their 4th game back from break.
Oh.
And it was our first game back
They're
from break.
fourth already.
Their 4th game back from break.
That's crazy.
And they played an exhibition game against a Division II team, and then they had gone. They beat Welch by like 40, and then they just beat Spurgeon for the second time.
Okay.
So coming into the game, like
Spurgeon's pretty good.
They were ready to go, and it was a hard fought. It was a fun game, to be honest. Like obviously we ended up not pulling it through, and we didn't win. We lost, but I mean our guys, they played really good. I mean, honestly, we were 3 rotations and 3 rebounds away from winning that game. We lost by 7. We lost 93-86.
High-scoring game.
Very high-scoring game. I mean, coming into the game, Ozark had the number 2 ranked offense in the nation, and we had the number 6 ranked offense in the nation. So it was 2 high-powered offenses coming into the game, and it was a lot of fun. I mean, Will came off the bench, had 20 points, made 6 threes. William Shaw did. Tatum had 20-something points. And so Nash, I think, had 14 points and 7 assists. So our guys played really good. Just unfortunately did not end up coming through with the win. But we'll see what happens when they come to our place next month. So
yeah,
it should be really fun. And they're ranked 5th. Like they're very, very they're 9-1 right now. They're a really good team.
It is crazy that in every game this season, I feel like our men's Eagles team have been in it. There's 40 minutes in a game.
Most of them.
Most of them originally have 40 minutes in the game. And we talked about this the other day is for you listeners to kind of know what it's like right now for our men's team is they are very competitive no matter what team they're playing against. Mm-hmm. They're in the game for majority of the time. I would say, on average, we're 30 to 35 minutes. It's a super close game. But the other team, if it's not in our way, in our path of winning, and that team's going to win. Usually that last 5 minutes is extremely crucial to them pulling away with 7 points. Maybe a lot of the 7 points coming from the free throw.
In the second half, I think there were 10. No, it was like between second and first half, there were 10 lead changes.
Yeah.
So it was,
close game.
It was
majority
of
the time.
Back and forth.
And only to lose by 7 it's a heartbreaker because 7 is a lot. And it's not a lot. It's not.
It's not. Yeah. It's 3 possessions.
Yeah.
And again, we haven't beaten them in quite a while, and so it was really encouraging. Like, you can take things. We say you win and you learn. You don't win and lose. You win and you learn. And we learned a lot that game, and it was really encouraging.
And for any of you Eagle fans out there, if you're familiar with our conference for MCCC, for men's basketball, especially men's basketball in the recent years, you can even argue the last 5 years. Most teams, if not every team, has been very competitive.
Yes.
All the games. It's never known who's going to win conference that year. Of course, there's front runners, and you could say last year was Manhattan and Ozark.
You can think that you know who's going to win, but
it will change. Manhattan was undefeated last year, as Matt said, and Ozark ended up taking that conference title away from them. So the same things can go on this year as well. Looking at a couple years ago, 2021 for the men's team here, being a Cinderella team, going to nationals, winning the regional against a lot of teams who counted us out, right? So that's the same thing that has been within our conference play last 5 years. Very even across the board. 7 points, 3 possessions. That is something you can fix in a 40-minute game.
100%.
Anytime of that match, you can fix.
We fix a boxing out issue. We fix a transition defense issue. We fix, maybe a lazy pass. Like
that's one extra rebound, one less turnover, one more bucket made.
Right, and exactly to your point, what you said. It's so balanced for the most part. Like everyone's beating everyone.
Yeah,
and it's like we were talking over the weekend with some of the other coaches in the conference, and it's like right now it's the team that doesn't show up ready to go.
Yep.
Usually the team that loses. Everyone's beating everyone, which can make games more tight and more exciting. Also a little more nerve-wracking. But just knowing you have to bring your A game every single day, otherwise, because if you don't, you're probably gonna lose.
This is true, and we see how, this year for our men's team, ultra competitive. They are very athletic, and they're in it. They can win against any team any given day. And we saw that against Calvary the next day, Saturday, this last Saturday, walking away with a dub.
Yep. Great game. We ended up winning 95-86. So another high scoring game. Both weekend or on Friday against Ozark, we had 5 guys in double figures. And on Saturday against Calvary, we had 4 guys in double figures. But we had 5 guys that combined for 90 points.
That's awesome.
Tatum had 30 points, Josh had 23, Eli and Collier had 14, and Nash had 9 points and 14 assists.
That's crazy.
Which, to our knowledge, as it stands with the data that Emmaus has
that's right.
From the years that they recorded stats, because some years back in the day, they did not record stats.
Well, we are relatively new. We've mentioned this in previous episodes. Our athletic program is still a teenager. I would say baby, but that's premature.
We know all the stats for soccer and for volleyball because they first started as intercollegiate in 2009, and obviously cross country. This is they just recently started 3 years ago. Now basketball's been around
and already runner up in cross country. But this is winter sports.
Basketball's been around since the 60s, but we didn't.
But jumped around a lot of divisions.
Jumped around a lot of divisions. Was in and out of the NCAA 3 times, and so didn't really keep track of a lot of statistics. So from what we know, Nash had set the single game record for most assists in a game for the men's basketball team with 14 assists.
Yeah. So if you're a previous men's Eagle basketball player, Emmaus Eagles basketball men's player, reach out. Let us know. I had 15 actually.
Send the box score.
Let us send the box score. Yeah, not anybody, not just anybody. Like, come on. We got to know that you played and know that you're. I had 15
good. Assists in practice. Doesn't count.
No, doesn't count.
Or so that was exciting. Like the response from, like sometimes you play a team really well, and then the next day you kind of just fall over and play really bad. But the team did not do that. They,
responded.
They responded well. I mean, and it was cool because like we were up in the first, we were up 14 in the first half, and then took the game to 17. But then in about 3 minutes, Calvary brought it came back, and it was only a 1 point lead. And so when that happens, you get nervous, you get worried, like, okay, we're going to fall apart, because last year we had 2 games where that happened.
Yeah.
But in 3 possessions after that, it went back to a 9 point lead. So it was really cool seeing our guys, battle that adversity of giving up a big run, but then storming right back and taking the game.
And that's the finish line. And that is Coach Parker's alma mater is Calvary University. So any highlights from this weekend? I know you already mentioned some stats from some of the men's players of combining for 90 points and playing very well against Ozark as well. Anything you want to highlight specifically, or you feel like you already did that?
I mean, again, like you said, the guys were motivated to beat Calvary because that's Coach Parker's alma mater, and so everyone was pretty excited. He had a huge fan section.
That's nice.
But I mean, the dunk counter continued this week. Tatum had 2 dunks, so that was fun. But yeah, other than that, no, it was great.
We should get a whiteboard up here, dunk counter.
Dunk counter. It's on my Twitter account.
That's like very high schoolish. Should we keep track? But I mean, everyone loves dunks.
They retired last year. I mean, there are dunks at our level, but that's what excites me.
There's a lot of dunks at our level. I mean, but I don't know. It's kind of funny that we talk about it so much.
It is.
It's like an anomaly, but it's not.
It is, but it is. I mean, look, when I played, we had 1 dunk in the 4 years that I played.
Don't say that. Don't say that on this podcast. Don't.
We also won conference, so it's okay.
Okay, fair enough. Well, upcoming matches coming up this weekend for the men's basketball team here at Emmaus.
Yes,
we're playing Friday and Saturday.
So Friday we play Central Christian College of the Bible home game, so that'll be exciting. And then on Saturday, Free Lutheran Bible College comes down, and we play them. And then looking ahead to next Tuesday, we have the big game. We have the Chaplains Cup matchup against Faith Baptist in Ankeny.
All 3 games.
So that should be a really fun game. Chad Cunningham and Advancement are coming down to the game. They're going to do a little alumni get-together that night, and then I think some stuff the next day. So if you guys are in the Ankeny, Des Moines, Central Iowa area, please come down and come support our men's and women's team that are there, but also come talk with Chad. He'll talk to you about what's going on at Emmaus.
Probably buy you a coffee.
Maybe we'll buy you something yummy at the concession stand. So we'd love to have you guys. So it should be a really fun game.
That's cool.
Because this is the 3rd year for the Chaplains Cup trophy.
Mm-hmm. You guys haven't had it yet, have you?
We haven't had it yet. We've lost the first 2 matchups. So hopefully we'll get it and bring it back to Dubuque.
I want that.
Me too.
I want it.
My
treasures are in heaven, actually. It's not on here. So. It's true. But with that said, this weekend, this Friday, Central has always been a tough matchup, always been back and forth. So if you're in the area, come out to watch that game.
First time it's not been a Winterfest game against them.
Fair enough.
Is that interesting? Yeah.
But so that's going to be very exciting. Can't wait for that game. That's going to be a nail-biter. FLBC Free Lutheran on Saturday. Also going to be a fun matchup. Cameron Enke?
Yep. I mean, as you guys saw the record last year, we beat them by 100 points. So our bench is going to get a lot of fun, a lot of opportunities, and so we'll see what happens.
Yeah. So come out there, watch for some of your favorite players on Saturday as well.
Some crowd favorites.
Some crowd favorites are going to make an appearance. I just said one, and you might be very confused. So come out on Saturday
and see. Also, the alumni game is on Saturday, so we have a number of alumni in the area for men's basketball. So it'll be good to see some guys coming back to Emmaus. Yeah, Stevie Horn, scoring Horn, second time all-team leading scorer at Emmaus University is making a return. So
it's going to be fun.
It'll be exciting.
And then, of course, the Chaplain Cup.
And then the Chaplain
on
Cup.
Tuesday.
Let's go.
In Ankeny, Iowa, against Faith Baptist. That's going to be really fun, especially if we get that cup right here. But if we don't, my treasures are in heaven.
Yep.
If that makes Faith feel better about having the cup, so be it. Faith, take the cup. Our treasure in heaven here at Emmaus. See what I'm doing there?
Yep.
So they purposely lose because they're like, no, our treasures are in heaven. Either way, on the women's basketball side of things, our women's team also had 2 games this last weekend.
Yes.
Playing against the same teams.
Same team. So but their matchup. So they played Ozark Friday, Calvary Saturday. Ozark, number 3 ranked team in the nation.
Oh.
Calvary, the number 5 ranked team in the nation.
That's super
tough. So it was a tough weekend going in for them. Playing 2
first games
very good teams too. Yeah, and both teams had played already. And so against Ozark, first 3 quarters they played Ozark actually really well.
See that? Yeah.
They had to battle some adversity. I think Rachel and Nelly picked up 3 fouls in the first half, and then both might have gotten their 4th in the third quarter. So
that's tough.
So they had to.
You're allowed 5 fouls.
They're allowed 5 fouls, and so that was tough. But both Rachel had a really good game. She had 21 points off on 11 shots.
You're not allowed.
She was super.
Well, you
efficient.
are allowed 5 fouls.
You foul out after your 5th foul. Yeah.
That's right.
And so and then Ozark ended up pulling away at the end, so they ended up losing 53-74. Great. I mean, it was a great turnout. Ozark girls were the conference champions last year as well, and so it was cool to see girls compete with them. And then turn on Saturday when they played Calvary. Did not have a good game. Yeah. Ended up losing 36-58. Sometimes shots fall, sometimes they don't fall, and that was just a game where they didn't fall. So looking to have a bounce back this weekend and play a little bit better. So looking forward to that. But it's encouraging. But Destiny got in, and so it's exciting.
It is encouraging to hear how well they've played this year as a team that was really kind of, use of better word, but like thrown together.
Exactly.
Not a lot of recruiting happened this last year from a lot of different reasons. Right. But with that said, the fact that they've already won a game this season, they've been in pretty much every single game.
They're 1-9, but those 9 losses
really
have been under 25 points. Yeah. You're like, okay, they only scored 35 points. Like that is tough. That's not good. But they only gave up 58. Like they lost by 23 points. Like against the number 5 and the number 3 ranked teams in the nation.
To you guys, it might really sound like, okay, Matt and Shane, you guys
calm down. Like we've heard this before.
But no, we're being dead serious. There wasn't all across the board, the expectations for this season for a women's team was a rebuild season. But to see how they have truly surprised and surpassed
with 6 girls and have Coach Kennard's first year
and have surpassed what everyone thought they would do this season. Each game that goes by. So shout out to those young women on that team, Coach Kennard and his staff for preparing these women for each matchup, putting them in the places they need to be so that they can be competitive against these top last weekend
teams.
These top tier teams with Calvary and Ozark being some of the
20-point losses,
best teams in the nation.
Like that's impressive. Like,
yes,
because you would think with a team of basically 5 girls that play all 40 minutes, it would not be that score. But yet they're, like we say, every single game. They're in every single game.
See, honestly, our women's team is probably one of the more scariest teams in our conference, maybe region, because people are going to sleep on them.
Oh, yeah. They're going to say, oh, this is a cakewalk. We're going to roll over them. And then it's a close game
of their record,
the whole game. Yeah.
Because of the record, they're thinking it's a cakewalk. And then next thing you know, they get punched in the mouth, and then they kick them out of the tournament.
Yeah.
And I would not be surprised. If that happens,
it can happen. You never know. Tournament time.
I hope we clip this chat. I hope we clip this. And we come back
when they knock someone out. When they knock the 2 seed out of the conference tournaments.
I can see it happen today, right now. That this is a team that could totally do that. So come out this weekend. They play again. Same teams.
Yep, they play CCCB on Friday, and then they turn around and play FLBC, which they played last semester and ended up losing to. So it'll be a good rematch on Saturday. And then on Tuesday, also traveled down to Ankeny for a new trophy. So our first year, our women's basketball teams are competing for a trophy. It's the Pat Dewar Trophy. And so should be a exciting theme. But now we have 3 trophies between the schools, between volleyball, men's basketball, and women's basketball.
How does a conference stand for women's basketball right now? We kind of went over a little bit for men's, Ozark being one of the top, Manhattan being there as well, and everyone else just kind of fighting for those scraps, but also
so
competing.
Right now Faith is also the 10th ranked team in the nation.
Okay.
So right now it's Ozark, Calvary, and Faith for women.
Women's?
For women,
Okay.
yes.
And then what about for Faith for men?
Faith, they're not ranked.
They're kind of, so it's Ozark, Manhattan
they're,
really leading for the men's teams
Mm-hmm.
in conference, and then everyone else kind of just fighting it out. But it really is everyone's game.
Yep.
Then for women's, you said Faith is the top seed.
Ozark's the top seed, followed by Calvary, and then Faith. Yep.
So, well, that's fun. And then we have a lot of friends at Faith as well.
A lot of alumni in the area. So good to see my sister again. Hey.
Yep, there we go. So again, that shout out for Chad Cunningham and advancement here at Emmaus to go down to Ankeny, Iowa. If you're in that Des Moines metro area, make sure to jump over there to say hi to Chad. Root on the Emmaus Eagles teams, the men's and women's basketball teams.
Correct Eagles team. Sorry, Zach. The correct Eagles team. The Emmaus
Zach
Eagles
just
team.
texted you today.
I know.
Right?
I know Zach's gonna be
He's
so
crying.
excited. Yeah, he is.
Head coach for the Faith Emmaus, or the Faith women's basketball team, has been crying because
break because there were no podcasts over break, and he's like, I don't know what to do on my Thursdays, but here we are.
Yeah. What you can do, Zach, is give us the trophy,
please,
because your trophies are in heaven, and I'm done with this joke. Either way, basketball's fun.
Basketball is fun.
It's going to be a fun
Basketball
season.
Is my favorite sport.
Seeing how scrappy our teams are, our women's team,
Don't you just love
men's
the way
team.
they dribble the ball up and down the court? Another joke that neither of us know what to do with.
I just stare at Matt when he's like...
we both just stare at each other.
He
when
becomes
we
a
joke at
dad
each
on the
other.
podcast and says something like either
just-
cringy or just not that funny. And he laughs, and I just stare at him. Or sometimes I just don't understand what he
I don't
did.
respond to your jokes sometimes, and you're just like, dude, you don't know what to respond to my jokes.
I don't say that many jokes. I'm just naturally funny. Yeah, I don't plan them. I don't sit in the bathroom, look in the mirror, and say the quotes like you do.
Who does that?
You.
I do that.
I've heard you.
I'm sure.
Either way, we have this new
Eagles
Eagles nest
new,
right
not
here.
New. I mean, it was sitting up there.
Yeah,
But
they moved it right here.
yeah.
Let us know if you like it here.
Yeah.
I don't know. It hasn't gotten in the way. It's been nice. Something to. We haven't really touched it or really looked at it, but
we do kind of need a new. I have to touch.
I like
Kind
it.
of need a new.
I like it.
It's a little bent up. But
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. Either way, keep in touch with Emmaus Athletics through our social media. Follow, like, subscribe, share this podcast. Let us know your favorite moments throughout the year for our athletics, as well as even here, and the appreciation. We appreciate you guys for making us a part of your day.
Yes.
Thank you so much. And I love going to all these conferences. Matt has experiences too, and hearing students who have really no connection to Emmaus other than
I saw your reel on Instagram.
Other than like a friend that goes there, or it's maybe they're thinking about coming here, or they've heard of us because we come to their school and they listen to the podcast. So it's always fun finding out who are the viewers and who's the people who are supporting us. So thank you for making us a part of your day.
Appreciate it.
Taking these 20 to 30 minutes. Sometimes when we go over today we are not, but. Spending those 20 to 30 minutes of your day with us, we appreciate it so much. If that's your commute to work or getting ready in the morning or sitting at your desk, whatever it may be. Whatever it may be, we thank you and appreciate you, all you family, alum, friends of the school. So from us to you, thank you. We hope you had a great holiday break. I know holidays were a while ago, but we're back. We're back from break. And keep a lookout for more podcasts, more content from us. I know we keep saying that, and you're like, where is it? Well, sometimes it's there. You're just not looking.
Maybe it got lost in the mail. Who knows?
Yeah. Sure. But so we're looking to do more interviews with students and coaches, especially wrapping up the fall
season. Keep an eye
season.
out for the fall recaps.
But then also, come out to the game. We know there's a ton of you Dubukers. We don't know if you listen or what, but come out to the game this weekend. Cheer on the Emmaus basketball teams when they play Central, when they play FLBC, and especially if you live in the metro area of Iowa around Des Moines. Show up. Ankeny, Iowa, Faith Baptist, and cheer on your Eagles. And get a free coffee or something from Chad, right? So with all that said, we thank you, and we love you and appreciate you guys. Matt, what day is it?
Shane, today is a great day to be an Emmaus Eagle.
See you next week.